what I think NASCAR should do next is hope that Netflix or Amazon or Hulu or Facebook wants you, and when you do that deal, they also do shoulder programming, right? I want the 24/7 of his first child being born and the grandpa's a legend and he's cried, you know, like, we need shoulder programming.
We are in New York City and we're doing something that is just blowing my mind that today is happening. So the reason behind that I started the vlog was because after we had Oakley, my barber, Donnie Blins in Charlotte, turned me on to a guy named Gary Vaynerchuk and started following his content on YouTube. And that's kind of what got me inspired to do what I've been doing with the vlog and just everything that I've done and trying to take advantage of this opportunity in life in every way and try to make the most of everything. So he's been a big influence in my life, and through just crazy whirlwind of things, today we're meeting him. I never thought that was going to happen this year. It was kind of like a bucket list thing. I said I wanted to meet him, and it's happening today. We're in New York City. We're going to meet him this afternoon. But first, we're going to do a little hanging out and exploring in New York. We're gonna take a ride over and try to go to 368, which is Casey Neistat, another one of our favorite YouTubers. I guess creative space that he has built, and is one of his projects. So we're gonna go over there and maybe see if we can get lucky and see him and meet him. We got a little time to kill. So we made it to 368. Looks like they're still working on it, but we're gonna kind of hover around the area and see if we can't get in touch and try to meet Casey somehow if he's here. So it'd be super awesome if he did, but it's cool enough just to see a place that you watch so much on YouTube. It's kind of cool. Look. Yeah.
You made it.
That's right. We made it. That's right. I got to go on pod sessions with GaryVee, so I'm nervous and pumped to meet him for the first time.
Hey everybody, it's Gary Vaynerchuk. This is the pod sessions. This is our 8th edition of this format where I bring in 3 individuals and we shoot the shit about different things, find out what they're obsessed about, talk a little bit about marketing and branding, talk a little bit about their worlds, and so I'm very excited to have 3 individuals here. Fantastic. Thanks for being here.
Yeah.
And you're, you know, I know from afar, just like looking at my social, like you've been like very good at adapting to the new world. Is that a big passion of yours?
Yeah, and it started from you. Honestly, I had my first daughter this off season, and so sitting around with her when she's a little baby, I was sitting on my phone. My barber actually told me, he's like, hey, you gotta check out GaryVee. You got a kind of attitude just like him. You gotta check out his content. That spurred me into, I think the first thing I did, I don't know why, but first thing I did was bought 2 tickets to South by Southwest, knowing that I wanted to get a videographer to start capturing content of what I liked. And then I met Joseph, put out an Instagram video saying, hey, anybody young wants to go out and video my life and see what I do and capture content for me for a full year and do, I think I said 36 events with me. We're gonna go and have some fun. Did that, started a vlog series, and it's just kind of gone from there. And it's been huge for me in my career and what I'm doing.
It matters. Don't like play to the crowd. Tell me something weird.
Weird. Okay, so it's gonna sound general at first, but
okay.
It's gonna get real specific. So football and
American football.
American football.
Okay.
Best football. I'm a diehard Carolina Panthers fan.
Okay.
Grew up, born and raised in North Carolina.
Yep.
But to the point where I will break down every film of every game throughout the season. and
you'll watch film,
make notes, and
because that's what you do for your own sport, right?
Yeah,
like you watch
sort of,
right?
Yeah, prepare and everything. But I have dreams one day after the sport of being a general manager of a football team or owning a team. I don't think I want to own. I think I want to run personnel. So I go in and make notes of every practice things that I would see different, do different. Same thing with baseball. Love analytics of baseball.
So who are you a fan of in baseball?
Atlanta Braves, the closest one.
Yep.
And there's been like talk of Charlotte getting a team that's right near our house. If that happened, I would just...
You'd lose your shit.
It'd be insane. I don't know what I would do with my career that I've got going now in NASCAR, but man, it'd be big. My wife wouldn't like it, but...
The thing that I've loved so far talking about like all this energy of like competitiveness and things of that nature is I don't understand how people want to put their kids in situations where they aren't winning and losing. You fundamentally don't set them up for success. Yeah. They're like finished.
Yeah, my dad never let me win
anything.
No.
Yeah, I mean, I'm like destroying my 6-year-old son and everything, and like the whole family's like bent out of shape, but like he's gonna be a loser otherwise. I genuinely believe that.
Yeah, I mean, there was that big debacle over the participation awards. Remember, when was that, a couple years ago?
Good news. I have that as a macro thesis for like the last 20 years. Like, I also think school does that a lot. Mm-hmm. I actually think, back to being type A, like student life, there's been this enormous push on being an entrepreneur, which I'm very in. And winning I failed in school for a reason. Winning in school is an incredible skill. You figure out the system and you play it. The problem is, much like the shift from truck to the cup, right? Being an entrepreneur is literally like swimming versus cooking to being good at school. They're like completely different. And I think that fake environments, is what I call them, are very, very, very dangerous.
Now in my second year in the Cup Series, I'm not racing for my grandfather's team. I had raced for his team my whole career, and
why did that happen?
Just because I ran Xfinity 3 years, and he had drivers on contracts for his jobs and sponsor obligations, and I felt like I was ready
that's cool.
to make the next level. And the team's
that
actually
says a lot about everybody in that story.
Yeah, and it's been really awesome for me. The team is still a technical alliance, so we share information with my grandfather's team. But we are our own separate entity still. All the cars come out of a different shop that's actually an hour away. So I've been racing for them for 2 years, and we had their most successful season last year, my rookie season, statistic-wise across the board, and we're really trying to build a program. And it's up and down. Like he said, going from Truck Series I won and was in my rookie year, was battling for a championship, all the way down the last race, and got wrecked by a good friend now, but Kyle Larson, making his first or second start ever in the Truck Series. He wrecked me, and I lost the championship. And
so you hated his face
for a while. Yeah. Now
like
we're
2 years. Or?
Yeah, about 2 years, and then I got to know him a little bit better. Same thing. Xfinity Series was battling for championships, and now in the Cup Series, it's like taking 3 steps, and it's so much tougher. But we're battling. I feel like
what's been your best result so far?
6th this year. The race he won, finished 6th.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Girls do that too.
I don't think they do it like guys do.
Right, they're like, look, that guy looks super like well off and doing his fucking thing.
like the guy with the blade.
I don't know if you know, but it goes both ways. You're all in.
Yeah, I'm all in. I have one like small doubt of it, and that's like obviously have a child.
Of course.
Kids being on phones early. Like, I think there's a certain level of learning how to have a conversation, look somebody in the eye, that gets lost with throwing an iPad in a kid's face.
Let's talk about this. You know that your grandfather has things like that you laughed out of the building. Like, to me, what's super interesting is, and I mean this is really smart talk, not like me trying to be funny. Why does looking somebody in the eye when you have a conversation, why does that need to be on a pedestal? Because I'll tell you, as a historian of communication, people shit on the telephone because the proper way to do it was to write a proper letter. I think again, this is a theme and I'm gonna bring it up again. It's fascinating that we put things in the past on pedestals and I think it's incredible. Like, I'll be very honest, I'm very different than that. I have 2 young children. I want my kids on screens 24/7. I'm not kidding. Let me tell you why. What world do you think they're gonna live in?
That world.
100%.
I'm going away.
You know, and like, just like watching film or getting it at 13 or 15, like the reality is, like, here's what it is. Especially when you have that nice little girl when she's one, you go right into protection mode and you start getting worried. Remember, MySpace was going to get everybody kidnapped at the mall. Everybody goes to the negative instead of the positive. Let me give you a positive that nobody talks about. There are millions of children right now, young adults, who got into a high school or a junior high where it didn't click. Something happened. The normal shit that we all grew up with, right? Like the wrong person picked on you. You liked somebody, they broke up with you in a weird way and something happened, and your brand, aka your reputation, got affected. And in the past, you had nowhere to go. The fact that that kid could go home right now, put on Twitch and hang out with his or her homies, right, across the world is so powerful. Like the Garden is, that's where I won. The '94 Rangers won me my first championship when I was 18, and I watched all 4 sports, which means since I was 6, so it's 48 seasons of losing. Jets, Knicks, Rangers, Yankees, because the Yankees weren't good when I was a kid.
Right.
So I was a huge hockey fan. What can I answer for you guys real quick, and then we'll bounce out of here? Anything I can answer for you?
For me, just me planning, I don't know, I'm looking in the future always as a driver.
Post-driving?
Yeah, post-driving.
Okay, go ahead. 35, 40, 45, those years?
45.
Okay.
Yeah, if I could make it to 45, it'd be an awesome career. And but I don't want to stop there. I want to keep the path going, the things that I need to do to when I hang the helmet up at 45, the next day I'm stepping into
So I think one thing that social really works out for all 3 of you that I would tell you, that it's the answer for all 3 of you, become religious about the audience. I think the thing that, Vince and the whole crew there has done, and if you think about when NASCAR does well or doesn't do well, or other sports do well or don't do well, when I think about my career or the things we do at this company for marketing, I don't think people care about the audience enough at times. They get caught. It's not that they're bad, it's that they get into their own dynamics. They go inside, they don't become consumer-centric. I think if you keep reading those comments, keep engaging with it, keep putting out content, you'll be unbelievably stunned on how easy the answers will come of what to do, because it's been said to you in the trenches. Yeah. We're in a day and age right now, in 2018, for the reasons I believe, that a 6th man on an NBA team is more famous than Mike Trout and Bryce Harper. That's not a good thing for baseball. And that's the barrier break. In the same way that some girl on Musical.ly makes more money than Dale Jr. at his prime earning from Budweiser and Mountain Dew, that's just real. I'm not I'm being serious with you. Well, that's the same reason that all 40 guys could have a base, and there's just a lot that can be done. I get real unpopular with some owners and agents and friends when the guy gets so carried away with Instagram that he's no longer good at the free throw line. So you gotta take care of your craft. What I'm saying in a macro for everybody is the stories lie everywhere. The teams need to be thoughtful. You don't have to be just at the mercy of the driver. Somebody in that pit crew might be funny and could dominate Twitter on Tuesdays. So that is just I think the stakes are high. My pleasure, man. Thanks for watching the content. Thanks for coming.
Yeah, you changed my whole path, man. Just got me excited about everything.
Makes me happy.
So I'm leaving so pumped up, Jack. That was the coolest thing ever. Can't thank GaryVee and his crew at Vayner for helping us out and making our day awesome. We're gonna wrap it up, but that was so cool. We got some cool stuff that's gonna come from this, and that was a dream come true right there. So thanks.